Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn with Danya. So today we'll be discussing about anesthesia guidelines for CPT, the code series starting with 001002 01999. So it's a easy topic. So I have added each content very specifically. So you can either take a note of it or just download the video and keep so that it will be helpful for you to study. So first thing what we will be discussing is type of anesthesia. Type of anesthesia, the first one comes general anesthesia, which means it's a controlled deep sleep. So the patient is completely unconscious and feels nothing. So the sedation is given through the IV, induced sleep, relax muscle and treat the pain. For major surgeries, we will be using this general anesthesia. Second comes regional anesthesia, which means it blocks the pain in the larger region of the body. Example, lower half or arm, and makes an area of the body numb to prevent the patient from feeling pain. So mainly it includes spinal anesthesia, epidural anesthesia, like that. It is given in the case of cesarean or surgery in the limbs, etc. And third one is local anesthesia. Local anesthesia means numb in a very small or specific area, and it is mainly given for minor procedures like stitches, dental work or mold removal. The patient will be remaining awake only. So for that particular small area, if anesthesia is given, then it is considered as local anesthesia. And the last one is monitored anesthesia care sedation. So sedation is also known as monitored anesthesia care. It's what people have often referred to as past as twilight. Medications are given through IV to make the patient feel drowsy and relaxed. Different level of sedations are possible, usually given in case of colonoscopies or minor surgeries. Next comes, first we should know like what all services included in anesthesia and what all services not included. Services included comes pre-op, intraoperative, post-operative. So mainly patient airways will be checked, blood, usual monitoring like ECG, pulse oximetry, capnography, temperature, BP, intubation. Those things are included in anesthesia service, so no need to quote separately. And services not included in anesthesia are arterial, central venous, Van Gans procedure and EEG. Those things are not included, so it should be reported additionally. And next one is in the services not included itself, we can see this moderate sedation time also. So moderate sedation will be coded separately only. So the code series for that is 991512 So in the next slide, we will be discussing more about this moderate sedation. So moderate conscious sedation is a drug-induced state where the patient responds purposefully to the commands with or without light touch, maintains their own airway and have adequate spontaneous breathing with usually stable cardiovascular function, allowing for easier procedures but distinct from deeper. So the code series starts with 991512 So the key factors for choosing this moderate conscious sedation is, first thing you should understand whether the sedation is given by the same physician or it is given by the different one. Second, you have to understand the patient age, whether the patient is below 5 years or above 5 years or older. And then time, how many total minutes of intra-service time were involved. So these are the key components. So first we will see 99151152 153, which means moderate conscious sedation is given by the same physician. 99151 is for age below 5 years, first 15 minutes. 152 is for above 5 years, first 15 minutes. For additional 15 minutes, we will be giving add-on code plus 99153. So the next is 99152 99157. Here the moderate sedation is given by a different physician than the one performing the procedure. So here 99155 is for patient below 5 years, first 15 minutes, and 99156 is for patient above 5 years, first 15 minutes. For additional minutes, we will be using the add-on code plus 99157. Next comes modifier 47. So the modifier 47 means what? Anesthesia is given by the surgeon. So here we will be adding this modifier 47 to the surgical procedure code, not with the anesthesia code, to indicate that the surgeon has provided the anesthesia. Next is anesthesia time reporting. So in anesthesia time reporting, the anesthesia time begins when the anesthesiologist start preparing the patient for the induction of anesthesia and ends when the anesthesiologist is no longer in personal attendance and the patient can be safely placed under post-operative supervision. So it starts with preparing the patient and ends with when the anesthesiologist is no longer in the service. So when does it start? As I told you, it starts while preparing the patient, like in the operating room, or examples of preparation are pre-oxygenation, placing monitors, starting IV line, giving pre-medication, all these things. Okay, if all these things are included in the anesthesia time, like start time. And when does anesthesia time ends? Anesthesia time ends when the anesthesiologist is no longer in the personal attendance, which means the patient is stable, the patient can be transferred to post anesthesia care, continuous monitoring is no longer required by the anesthesiologist. It does not include the time spent in the post-operative thing, and routine post-operative checkup is also not included. And then comes supplied material. Supplied materials code is 99070. Supplied materials means materials provided that are not routinely included in the office visit or procedure. So it should be reported separately. Okay, so the appropriate HCPCA supply code with the preference given to the specific codes. If the provider you should add if any sterile tray or drugs like special procedure kit, special materials used for treatment. If anything is given like this in your anesthesia question, first you should give the anesthesia, second you have to add the code for supplied materials. These are not the basic supplies like cotton gloves, alcohols and swabs. So it includes like sterile tray like that. And separate or multiple procedure. So which anesthesia code should be reported? So here you must report the anesthesia code for the most complex procedure. How to decide most complex? It is based on the surgical complexity and anatomical side. Anesthesia base unit, which means higher base unit, gives the more complex procedure. So we will be coding anesthesia code along with the most complex procedure. Next comes unlisted procedure code. So for what does unlisted procedure means? Sometimes anesthesia service is performed but there is no specific anesthesia code for the procedure, means you will be giving the code as unlisted anesthesia code 01999. So the correct code will be 01999, which means unlisted anesthesia procedure code. So it is used when no other CPT codes are accurately describing the service. The procedure is new, unusual or rare. For all the anesthesia code, you will be having a code, right? If the code is not available, you should give unlisted procedure code. So unlisted service or procedure, special report, and when and why it is required. A special report is required when a service is rarely provided, unusual, variable or new, and it must include a clear description of the procedure, its medical necessity, time, effort and equipment used. So what does this guideline mean? It means that it is rarely used procedure or it is a new procedure. So unlisted service or procedure, in this when it comes as a special report, these things should be clearly explained. Name of the nature of the procedure, extent of the procedure, medical necessity, time spent, effort involved and equipment used. Next comes anesthesia modifier. So here the physical status modifier P1 is given for normally healthy patient, which means the patient doesn't have any systemic disease, like he is a healthy patient. P2 is for patient with mild systemic disease, which means it is a controlled condition, like controlled hypertension, mild asthma, controlled diabetes. So then we have to assign P2. Next comes P3, patient with severe systemic disease. Severe systemic disease means uncontrolled condition. Uncontrolled diabetes, COPD, stable angina, examples. P4 is patient with severe systemic disease that is a constant threat to life, which means life-threatening conditions like unstable angina, advanced cardiac failure, renal failure, those can be considered. Next is AA modifier. AA modifier means anesthesia service provided performed personally by the anesthesiologist. So here along with the anesthesia code you have to add AA modifier if the anesthesia is given by the anesthesiologist. Next is modifier QK, medical direction of 2, 3 or 4 concurrent anesthesia procedure. So here QK is used when an anesthesiologist is medically directing 2, 3 or 4 anesthesia cases at the same time. These cases are usually performed by the CRNAs or residents while the anesthesiologist provides medical direction only. Modifier QX, like CRNA with medical direction, which means QX is used when anesthesia is personally performed by a qualified non-physician anesthetist like CRNA or anesthesiologist assistant. And here it is understood like the service is medically directed by the physician. QY modifier, which means medical direction of one CRNA. QI is reported by anesthesiologist when they are medically directing one qualified non-physician anesthetist like CRNA or anesthesiologist assistant. The anesthesiologist does not personally perform the anesthesia but provide medical direction. Modifier QZ, CRNA service without medical direction, which means anesthesia is personally performed by the CRNA. No medical direction or supervision is provided by the anesthesiologist. The CRNA is practicing independently. G8 modifier. G8 modifier is deep, complex, complicated or markedly invasive surgical procedure. It is used when the service provided is deep, complex or invasive procedure. The patient has severe pathology. The procedure involved significant risk. Commonly used with monitored anesthesia care. Last comes qualifying circumstances. So in qualifying circumstances, like anesthesia given during the risky situation. First one is plus 999100, which means the patient is younger than 1 year or more than 70 years. So it should be given as an add-on code along with anesthesia code. Second comes plus 99116, total body hypothermia, which means decreased body temperature. Even though even the patient is having decreased body temperature, in that case also if anesthesia is given, then 99116 should be given as a add-on code along with the anesthesia code. Next comes plus 99135, which means controlled hypotension, which means the patient is having lower blood pressure. Even in that case also, if the anesthesia is given to the patient, in that case plus 99135 should be given as add-on code along with the anesthesia code. Finally, 99140, emergency condition. It is used when anesthesia is complicated by emergency condition. So, emergency means what? Delay in the treatment and would lead to significant increase in the threat to life or his body part. So, along with the anesthesia code, we will be adding this add-on code. Next comes anesthesia charge calculation. So first you have to identify the base unit. Every anesthesia CPT code will be having a base unit. So this will be fixed. Think of it as the starting point for the procedure. Second so next is identifying the physical status modifier. So for P1 and P2 and P6 the status unit will be 0. P1, P2, P6 the unit will be 0. For P3 it is 1, P4 it is 2 and P5 it is 3. So calculate the anesthesia time unit. So in this, start time and end time is very important. Start time means when the anesthesia starts when preparing the patient, and ends when the anesthesiologist is no longer in the present. So you have to add up those time, like start up time to stop time. You have to add up the time and you will be getting certain minutes for that, and you should divide it by 15 to get the time unit. Finally, what you should do, anesthesia charge is equal to base unit plus physical unit plus time unit into conversion factor. That gives you the anesthesia charge. So thank you for watching. Tell me what topic should be explained next. Like the video if it helped you. Subscribe to Learn with Danya for CPC and medical coding success. Thank you so much for watching. Next updates will be posted soon. Thank you.